Rolly Romero taking on Isaac Pittbull Cruz. So, what do I think about this fight? For one, I think it's interesting that Rolly even has a belt at 140. I guess it is that he has his belt. Um, I don't think Rolly's a slap. I think he just doesn't have great footwork. I don't think he's that skilled of a boxer. I think he's a guy that can punch hard and he's funny and good for the sport from a perspective of just being able to really promote the sport and sell a fight. He can sell a fight. I really want to see Rolly and Ryan Garcia fight. I think that would be like made for pay per view. Two guys that are very interesting personas taking on one another. But with this fight, I think Rolly again, he's a showman. I think he's gonna make money in the sport because he can talk enough that people want to watch. But I think skill wise, his only chance in this fight is to really be a counter puncher. And as Isaac Cruz is really trying to attack, because I know he's going to be on the attack, especially the way Rolly's been like coming at him. Like he's got the whole Chihuahua. He's been calling him a Chihuahua. He's got the whole Chihuahua Cruz chain that he's been rocking. It's been a lot of disrespect. So I think that, from that perspective, he's really going to be hunting Rolly in the ring. And with Rolly having, a pretty strong punch, I think he can catch Isak coming in and maybe do some damage to a much smaller fighter. But I tend to think that it'll go to distance or go into the later championship rounds. And I think that's where Pitbull will do his damage and finish off Rolly and get a win and take his belt. Um, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts on it, Dub?
Um, when I look at it, man, what I like about Pitbull Cruz, dang, ooh. What I like about Pitbull Cruz is that he's 25 and he's already got what 28 fights under his belt.
Mm-hmm.
Rolly is 28 and he's only had 16 professional fights under his belt. So what I like about Pitbull is like he's not scared of a challenge. Like he's not super strategic on how he picks his opponents. Whatever's available, he'll take it. And he had the opportunity to fight Gervonta Tank Davis a few years ago, and I think he did a phenomenal job standing on his ground and really giving Gervonta a decent fight. We all know that Tank reigns supreme, so no one's going to beat him pretty much. Like I don't know so many people in his weight class is going to beat him. But honestly, man, I had Pitbull winning this. I think Rolly is good for the sport. We like jaw sparring as well, pause. But I definitely think that having him and his persona and the way he carries himself is really entertaining for the sport. But then there's a lot of people that talk, and there's a lot of people that are about that action. Pitbull Cruz is about that action, so I don't foresee him losing this fight at all. I think it's gonna be close, but I think Pitbull will win it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the fight will be competitive. Like I don't think he's just gonna straight up knock Rolly out. I think it's gonna be hard for him to knock Rolly out. Because again, we're like creatures of habit and people that live in like the what have you done for me lately. So the thing that's gonna reign in everyone's mind is Gervonta knocking Rolly out. But outside of Gervonta knocking bro out, like again, to your point, Gervonta is in a league of his own. So now I don't just automatically think bro just about to get knocked out by everybody. And I don't think that Pitbull is going to knock him out. I do think that in the championship rounds, with Rolly's footwork being, ill apparent, and I don't know that I feel like Pitbull's footwork is like excellent either. So it could just be a slugfest towards the end of the fight, and whoever just lands the harder punch at the right time and catches the other wins. So I'm ready to see a brawl, and I think these two guys are reckless enough to really give us a brawl. I think it'll be a fight. I don't think it'll be like this calculated boxing match. I think they're gonna throw him, and I'm ready to see it. So we both have Pitbull winning. You know, drop your thoughts in the comments. Who you think will win the fight? And I mean, if somehow Roly does win the fight, you know, I think he might keep rocking the Chihuahua chain, but if he get beat up, I don't know what he gonna do with that. You know, Pitbull might confiscate that chain for sure. Listen, we give y'all the picks, we give y'all our thoughts. All we need from y'all is that CLS treatment. Comment, like, subscribe. We'll be back with more from me in the arena.